So do have, if you would like to have your weights sit near you, that's absolutely fine. We're not using them for all the exercises, but just for some of the exercises. Now, going to start with standing knee tap and arc of the arms. So if we get into good posture, good standing posture, with your weight of your feet equally balanced, front and back, tripod feet, big toe, little toe, center of the heel, and stack your ankles, your knees, your pelvis, your ribs, your collarbone, your chin on a shelf, and crown of head lengthening up towards the ceiling, and relax your arms. And then just lift your toes for me, lift your toes and spread them. Feel the balls of your feet pressing into the floor, and then let your toes relax. Come forward and bring your weight into your toes, bring your weight into your heels, and then find that center, that balanced position where you're in a really good position. Then side to side, just swaying to weight onto the outside right, weight onto the outside left, and coming back into your center. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, stretch your arms up towards the ceiling, look up. Exhale as you stretch your arms and relax your shoulders back down. We'll do this with a little heel raise this time. Breathing in, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Stretch and exhale, stretching your arms back down again. Now, I'm going to transfer my weight onto my right foot and just lift my left knee. Tap your knee with your opposite hand, arc the arms up and over to the other side. So it's a knee raise and arc. So do hold on to a chair, and Alison, if you need that support. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Now, can you just come back to lifting one leg into knee raise, one leg only, balance, and take your leg behind you. So just a little bit of your foot going behind, knee comes forward and behind. Yes, so it's just a relaxed swing of the leg. Well done. Now, going to do that to the other side. Transfer your weight across. Root down through the foot and lift your other knee and swing it back, foot towards your bottom and knee forward. Keep strengthening your supporting leg. Really well done. Now, going to go into a little airplane balance. So I'm going to stand on one leg again. I'm going to come forward a little bit, so I've got more room, and I'm going to bring this knee up. Going to take my arms wide and take the leg back behind me. Now it can be a bent leg, and you want to try and keep your balance through your supporting leg. That's it, it can be slightly bent. And then with control, bring your foot back and down. Well done, very good, not easy balance. Transfer your weight onto the other side. Lift your knee. Arms come wide to help you with your balance. Take your leg back, come forward, breathe, don't forget to breathe. And then slowly with control, bring your knee forward and back down. Well done, good balance everyone. Let's now come into a little bit of a squat. So have your feet about hip width apart. And I want you to move back from the hips first of all. So move back from the hips, hinge, bend your knees, take your arms forward and look down towards your feet and your toes and your knees. Is everything tracking forward? Hold, and then come up and breathe in again. Exhale into the squat. Now see if you can bring your bottom down a little bit lower towards the floor. Can you come up into a heel raise? Bringing your arms up towards the ceiling to stretch, hold, coming back down. Very good control, everyone. Hold, and then come up. Now, taking your feet a little bit wider now. So when I have my feet quite wide apart, so you're stretching now the inner thighs. So you're going to come down. That's it. Sink down between your legs and then up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Very good. And then come up. Now keep your legs and your feet in this wide apart position and just take your hands onto your waist. And can you transfer your weight across to one side and stretch the other leg? That's it. Come back through the center and transfer your weight to the other side. Good, Alison. And back. Good. Now I'm going to bring the arms into it now. So the opposite arm to the knee that's bending. I want you to really stretch from your fingertips and feel the stretch coming all the way down that side. Back through the center and stretch. Get that beautiful long diagonal. Lovely, Margaret. Keep the arm nice and straight. And let's go a little bit faster. Just increasing the pace a little bit. Stretch and stretch and stretch. Great stuff. Now, keep that wide leg positioning and take your arms really wide out to the side. So we're going to rotate to one side. Come back to center. Now you've got to try and keep your arms like the needle of a compass. So just look to your back hand, look to your front hand, come back to center, keeping your shoulders down. We can take it into a little pulse. So we can go pulse, 2, 3, center, breathe in, and exhale, center. One more time to each side. Rotation is very, very important for lots of functional everyday activities. 1, 2, 3, and back to center. Now we're going to take this into our saw. So I'm going to rotate to my left and take my right hand to my opposite left leg. Just reach down to a comfortable level for you. Now, as you come out of it, keep the arm straight, long, straight, come back to center. Good. Breathe in. Rotate to the other side. Strong arms. Opposite hand to leg. Reach the arm long as you come out of it. Yes. And one more time. Now, it may be each time you get that tiny little bit further down, so you're increasing your range of movement. Good. And then lead with your arm to come out of it. Well done. Now I'm going to come into, this is going to help us transition down onto the floor. So I'm going to have the arms to the ceiling. Legs are maybe just hip width apart or a wee bit wider. Now you're going to pull your tummy in, let your shoulders drop, and come into a flat back. So I'm coming into this sort of flat back position where I'm looking down between my feet. I'm now going to let my arms just drop down towards the floor. Relax my neck, relax my arms. I'm going to breathe in. As I exhale, I'm going to come forward with the arms, back up towards the ceiling, and circle the arms down. So we're bringing flexibility into the spine. We're going to do that again. Breathe in. Pull your tummy in. Wee bit pelvic floor engagement as you come forward into flat back. Let the fingertips reach down towards the floor. Shimmy from left to right. And then rolling up. Pull your tummy in as you roll up. Now this is the last time. Breathe in. Exhale. Now, Just allow your fingertips just to relax towards the floor. See if you can now bend your knees and reach your fingertips down onto the floor. Can you look between your legs, then straighten your legs and open up the backs of your knees? So you're going to bend. You can look forward with your head about a foot or two in front of you. Exhale as you look between your legs and straighten your legs. Feel the stretch going right up into your hips. Breathe in again. And exhale and stretch. Well done. Now, going to bring my other mat on top because it's a little bit more padded. I would like you to come down onto high knees. This is where you can grab your weights if you would like to use weights. It's only an option. You don't have to, but we're onto high knees. Now, it's our capital Z stretch where we're going to really stretch out the front of our legs, our quads. So you've got to keep strong through your glutes, strong through your tummy, because we're going to recline back into this capital Z without folding at the hips. Hold it and then come forward again. So arms out in front, shoulders down, tummy tight, bottom tight. Come back into your Z shape. Hold it, feel it in the front of your thighs, and then come back and lower your arms. Now this time we're going to hold it because I'm going to get you to open your arms wide to the side. So we come back into our Z. Now hold it there, open the arms wide, bring the arms forward again. I bet you can feel that, and then come up. So you've got to really feel it in Pilates. Now this time I might do another add-on. Come back, squeeze your bottom, open the arms, take the arms up to the ceiling, circling them up to the ceiling, circle them down. Wide to the side, forward, and rest your arms. Can we do it one more time? It's quite a lot, isn't it? Arms forward, back. There you go. That's it, Pauline. Open wide, open the arms, circle them up. Can you feel it? Oh my goodness me. Back down, and then forward again. Oh, I'm sure you could feel that in your front of your thighs. Give your thighs a wee rub. Right, let's come into side kick kneel. You don't need the weights for this one. So we're going to just extend one leg out to the side and make sure your toes are in line with your standing knee. And then we're just going to take the opposite arm up towards the ceiling. So that's your starting position. So we're lengthening out this side of your body. You breathe in, lengthen up, feel that lovely length coming up from your thigh into your side bend, arm overhead, just parallel to your ear. And then bring the arm back down and you flow into this position here. So we're flowing into a side bend, reverse side bend, and over you go. Feel the stretch coming up that inner thigh and over. Now, in a second, we'll be taking this into a wee balance. So we come over and we bring the hand down onto the floor, fingertips down, arm to ceiling, and then you can test your balance if you like by lifting your foot off the floor. Now you might be able to look up at your hand, but do keep your toe down if you need to. Look up, look down, look up once more, bring your toe down, and we come upright. Well done, very good. Now we're going to abduct the other leg now, so changing over and again lining up my toes with my knee. And then reverse side bend. Oh, sorry, this way. And that way. And stretch. Now, which side do you feel more stretch on? Do breathe in and then do breathe out. So you've got that lovely rhythm of the breath directing the movement. Bring your hand down onto the floor. Bring this arm up to the ceiling. Now, look down. Look up. Is your arm directly above your shoulder? Fingertips on the floor. Can you test your balance lightly and just lift your toe off the floor or keep your toe down onto the floor and balance? Well done. Very good. And then slowly come back up. Excellent. Now, let's come into a 4-point position onto hands and knees. And now, one or two of you may find this difficult. It's an exercise for the feet and the toes. So if you come into this 4-point where the knees are directly up below your hips, hands directly below your shoulders, and slide your shoulders down your back, pull your tummy in, can you tuck your toes under and sit your hips back? And then untuck your toes and stretch the front of your feet. So it's about tucking, lift, and stretch the front of your feet. Now, it depends if you're very tight in the front of your shins, if you can flatten the front of your feet back down. But that's what we're going to try and do. Now, going to take this rocking motion into a half press up. So now take your hands wider than the mat. Now, sit your hips back and get a lovely stretch for your back. Come forward, slide your shoulders down. Now bring your nose slightly forward of that center point and breathe in as you touch the floor. Exhale, you need to push up with your strength. That's it. Take your hips back and stretch out your back. Good. Then coming forward, slide your shoulders down. Come forward a wee bit more this time. Touch the floor with your nose. Up on the exhale, because that's where you need the strength. And coming back. Now you can now progressively do what's right to challenge yourself. So if I take my knees further back, they're no longer underneath my hips. So this is more of a challenge. I'm going to sit back. My bottom's up in the air now, almost doing a play bow. And then I'm going to come forward. You can lift your feet if you like and cross your ankles. Breathe in, touch the floor, and exhale. So what you're doing is coming forward with your head. Coming forward with your head and your nose, your chest, and pushing up. Well done. So it's really good this for bone, we're trying to increase your bone strength and your muscle strength as well. So you're taking your body weight in through your shoulders and your arms and really trying to make yourself strong. Now, this time I'm going to bring my hands back in to underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to extend my right leg back. So strong leg, toe on the floor. Now, slide your shoulders down, pull your tummy and your ribs up. So the left arm, the opposite arm, is going to float out to the side and slightly up, and then thread under. Thread under into rotation. So you thread the needle. Now you want to try and keep your hips level. So try to pretend you've got a tray of glasses on your lower back. I'm going to go a bit further now. So I'm breathing in as my arm goes up to the ceiling, and then I exhale as I thread through. Now, you might find your shoulder doesn't get anywhere near the floor. That's absolutely fine. Just feel the stretch and the opening sensation as you breathe in, and then into your rotation. Good. And then we're going to just replace the hand And we're going to just sit back if you need to, give your wrists a wee shake if you need to, twirl them, and let's now extend the other leg. So slide the other leg long and strong, just tuck the toes, open the opposite arm out. How far can you comfortably rotate on this side? Breathe in, then breathing out as you thread under. Can you feel the rotation in your spine? Breathe in and breathe out. It's a really nice feel-good exercise. Just stretches out, doesn't it, your thoracic spine? One more time and thread under. Good, well done. And then we're now going to come into prone. So from here, just transition onto your tummy now. You're going to transition here. And I'd like you to bring your hands either side of your shoulders with your elbows lifted. I want you to think of this not going into your lower back at all, but I want you to think of this as working your mid to upper back muscles. So you're going to feel your pubic bone lightly into the floor and squeeze your bottom, squeeze your glutes. You breathe in as you come up. That's it. And exhale as you lower down. So shoulders down. Don't let the shoulders pucker up. Breathe in. Really feel the crown of your head coming forward and up. Keep your lower ribs down and then float back down. Can I just have a wee look at everybody? So it's not going into your back. Keep your chin tucked and retracted, so you're not lifting your chin to look up, but you're keeping the back of your neck long. So Laura, yeah, that's good, Laura. I was going to say just slide your shoulders down. And it's your choice to have your elbows down, but I think it's making you round a little bit. So I would bring your hands in a little bit and just to your chest. Have your elbows winging back like a grasshopper and just lift and lower. You don't want to pucker up your shoulders. You want to really try and get good. I think that's better, yes. And that's fine. Lovely. Now, let's just keep the upper body still and let's just lengthen the right leg and really make it longer than your left leg and lift. Now, when you're lifting, work into your buttock, your right buttock, and keep the front hip bone anchored into the floor. So lengthen, small lift, feel it in your glutes, but keep the front hip down. Now let's try that on the other side. Lengthen, lift, left bum cheek switches on, and repeat that again. That's it. So you've got to be conscious of working the right muscles. Everybody usually needs to strengthen their glutes a wee bit. Good. Now, can we now progress to lifting both legs? So we'll lengthen both legs. Tummy pulls in, shoulders down, your back, and lift both legs. Now, they can be a little bit apart. So have your legs a little bit apart as you lift both legs and lower them down. Exhale, lift. Feel it in your bottom. Upper back is just relaxed down and really feel that double leg lift and lower. Really feel your muscles working. Yeah. Now we're going to combine the moves together into the rocking swan dive. So back to your hands placed either side of your shoulders, just underneath, elbows just lifted off the floor. Kneecaps lifted, big toes touching the floor. Breathe in as you lengthen up. Now, as you exhale, upper body comes down, double legs lift. Breathe in and lift up like a beautiful swan and exhale down. So you're like a seesaw. You're like a seesaw. And if you want to, you can float the hands up as your chest comes down. Press your hands into the mat as you lift your upper body and float down. Yes, that's it. So it should be a nice gentle rock. Good, Bravina, that's it. That's it, good. So feel as if you're in a very controlled movement there, and the breathing will control the speed of your movement there. Now, from here, I'm going to grab my weights because we're going to do a little bit more on upper body posture and strengthening your shoulders. So I'm going to grab my weights and bring them down into my side. So I've got them vertical. Lie down a wee bit. And I'm going to just bring them out to the side into your T position. Then rotate to bring them up into a high V, back into your T, and then down by your side, then rest them down. Now, this is quite tough, especially if you're using kilo weights. So you've got an option not to use weights at all. Shall we try it again? Breathe in, exhale, lift from the side, out into your T, wide, shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down as you gravitate into a high V, back into your T, and then down by your side. Now, slow is best because you really work the muscles harder when you slow it down. Keep going. That's it. Good. That's it, Bobby. Yep. Back and down. Anybody finding this difficult? It's really good for bringing strength into your body. Good. Nice and controlled. And then bring it down. Well done, everybody. So now we will come into your cat-cow. So from here, push down through your hands, come back into your 4-point hands and knees, and let's just do a little spine ripple. So most people find this a little bit difficult of flexing their spine. So try and curl and tuck your tailbone under and draw your belly button in. Look towards your thighs, then lift your tailbone and hollow out your lumbar spine and look forward. Tuck the tailbone under, head looks towards your thighs, breathe in. Exhale and lift your tailbone and feel the spine ripple. So you're getting a nice rippling movement without overemphasizing the arching of your upper back. Don't want to exaggerate the upper back movement. Just get that nice gentle C shape and into that position. Now, into your sternum drops, which is great for upper back posture. Take your hand, you can either be on your forearms for this, because it does work quite well on your forearms, and just allow your sternum or your breastbone to drop down so you get that vertical rift between your shoulder blades. Gently push up into a flat back position. So allow your sternum to drop and push up through your elbows and your forearms. Keep them active into a flat back. Can I have a wee check? Yes. So you don't want to, again, you don't want to over-exaggerate the rounding. You want to come back into a very subtle flat back position. Yeah. And good, Pauline. Now you could try it with your hands flat. So if I'm doing it in a 4-point position, I'm going to allow my shoulders just to relax and lower down and push up through my hands. So the elbows do not bend. It's protraction and retraction for your shoulders, your pectoral muscles. So you're just wanting to get that movement without the elbows coming into the equation. Takes a wee bit of practice, but it's very worthwhile doing. Now, from here, we're going to come onto our side. So Laura, you can actually go onto your back and do an equivalent exercise lying supine. So, but the rest of us, we can come onto our forearm and lift the lower rib cage. Now extend the top leg. Top leg is extended, and you want to just keep your elbow and forearm active as you push away from the floor. So that gives you the lift here. Now the leg, you have to be strong to hold this leg up in this position. So you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So you want to make sure you're on your side, you're not rotating back with your hip, but you've got a definite good position with the lower leg bent, top leg lengthening to create as much space into the hip socket as you can. Yes. And you'll feel your outer glute working here. Yeah. And then from here, we're going to just hold it, kick forward a little bit, flex the foot to stretch out the back of the leg and bring it back through the center into line and slightly back. So you're stretching out the front of your hip. Great if you're doing desk-based work. Forward, flex, slowly take it back, stretch it behind and feel the hip working. So you've got to feel it in your bottom as you take the leg behind you. Forward and flex. Now, the bit that everybody loves to hate, circle. So we're going to circle backwards. 1, 2, 3. Now, don't allow yourself to slump. Keep lifted. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and hold. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Perfect circle. 1. Can you feel that in your hips? Yes. And then stack your knees. Great. Now we transition. So all we do is keep the lower leg where it is and then lift your top leg, foot flat, foot pointing down towards the bottom of your mat. So that's all we're doing to transition. The knee, you want to open up your hip, so it's a good hip opener. Then you come up onto your hand instead of your elbow. So this is your starting position. So you've got to get into a really good alignment here. Okay, are you ready? Keep that lift. That's it, Bobby. Press your elbow back, press your knee back to open up the hip. That's it. Is your foot in line with your knee? Pointing down, that's it. Breathe in, lift your chest, push through your hands and up you come into your side bend and overhead. Good. Lift up and then coming back down, not all the way down, and lift up. So again, we're weight bearing. We are weight bearing on one side. That's it. Good, Margaret. Hold it. Your hips are facing forward towards your device. And then you're coming back down. One more time. And exhale up. Good. Hold it. And then coming back down. Now, we'll just remember what side you're on. I'm on my left side. We're going to now transition into supine work. So you're rolling onto your back. And the first thing we're going to do is going to try and stretch out, we're going to do spine curl up. Now, make sure you've got enough room behind you to take your arms back. So just test your space to see if you can get your arms comfortably back onto the floor behind you. Good. Now, arms down to start with, feet in toward your bottom and not too far away. You don't want your hamstrings to cramp or to dominate. So just have your feet in towards your bottom. Press through the feet and tip your pelvis into the floor. So you're getting the scoop in the front of your belly. Squeeze your bottom as you lift your hips up. Open up the top of your hip flexors. You want to feel your hip flexors stretch and a long line of stretch from your knees to your shoulders. Now, breathe in at the top.
And then spine curl down, one bone at a time. Just see if you can feel the back ribs coming down. As you get towards your waist, tuck under and really stretch out the lumbar spine and roll back into neutral. Yeah. Now we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling now. So arms up, palms facing in. Tip your pelvis, press through your heels, rolling up one bone at a time to a comfortable level below your shoulder blades. Now, lead with your thumbs and take your thumbs overhead onto the floor. Lift up a little bit more with your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, spine comes down in opposition to your arms. So keep stretching, the vertebrae coming down, lower waist, tuck under, and then finish the spine coming down into neutral and bring your arms back down. So you should feel as if you've been tractioned and lengthened out. Now, this time, what we're going to do is just put your hands either side of your waist. You're going to come up in one piece, so it's not a spine curl. You lift your bottom up, and then we drop the left hip and rotate. So I'm tipping my pelvis by dropping my left hip bone down. I'm now going to push through my left foot to center up again. So now I've got a level pelvis. I'm going to drop my right hip down. So I'm on the diagonal. Press through my right foot to come up center. Can you work your oblique muscles in this way? Lift, drop one hip down or one bum cheek down. Push through the feet to lift you up. Drop the other way. It's great for your oblique muscles. And press through the foot. Now, we're now going to come down with the bottom and we're going to do a rotational bridge. So, spine curl up by tipping your pelvis and coming up into your bridge. Transfer your weight over to your left shoulder and travel down the left-hand side of your back, left-hand side, all the way down to your left hip. So you've tipped your hip, and then you come center and you're down onto the floor. Tip your pelvis and spine curl up into bridge again. Now transfer your weight over to your right shoulder and tip your hip so the right hip is down. Travel down the right-hand side, covering every quarter inch. Now this is difficult for me on this side. And then once your right hip is down, center up. Now notice which side is more difficult, is less fluid. I am much better coming up through my left or down through my left, across, but coming down from my right-hand side is a lot more difficult. I think I'm missing out a big chunk as I come down and then center. So you may find it's different from one side over to the other, but it's great for mobility, spinal flexibility. Now, bring your left knee in towards your chest and hug it in, Now place your hands behind the back of your left thigh and keep your left knee fixed. Now, I'm going to extend the lower part of the left leg up towards the ceiling. Now, I'll never get a straight leg in a million years, it doesn't matter. Can you feel your hamstrings activating with your hands interlocked behind your thigh? Can you flex your foot and really feel the stretch through your calf muscle? Point, flex, point. Now keep your knee still, don't let your knee move. Doesn't matter if your leg is bent, just keep it still. And then circle. I want a beautiful circle, not a fast circle, but a controlled circle, drawing a circle on the ceiling with your toes. So it's very good for your ankle, strengthens your ankle. Now let's reverse the circle and in the other direction. Anybody getting any little clicks or cracks. Normally people do, and that's a good sign. You just need to keep working on your mobility there. Now, bring your foot back down onto the floor and bring your right knee into your chest. Clasp your hands behind the back of your right thigh. Keep your knee fixed and then extend the lower part of your leg. Yes. Now, flex, point, flex, point. How does that feel for all the muscles in your leg? Circle now. I'm going clockwise. 3 circles clockwise and then 3 anti-clockwise. Now get as much movement as you can into your ankle. Fantastic. Right. And then bring your foot back down. Now we're going to go back to the left knee, left leg, folds in, and we're going to extend it up towards the ceiling. Now try to get a nice straight leg. I'm going to slide my right leg long. So I'm going to slide my right leg long. And I'm going to take my left leg across the center line. So I'm going across the center line, down, around and up. So I'm doing a controlled circle across the midline, bottom right corner of the mat to the left corner, up to my top left corner of the mat and back. Now, going to bring my leg back up to the ceiling, going to reverse going out the way. So take your leg out to the side, down to the bottom left, over to the bottom right, up to the top right and to the top left. And just do another 2 circles. Now you can make the circle small, but you want to try and keep the control through the front of your hip. Keep the control through the front of the hip. Very good. And then bend your knee in, foot goes down, extend it long. Right knee comes into your chest, extend the right leg up to the ceiling, ready to go out to the side, lower right, across to lower left, top left corner of your mat, top right, and just circle. Is your pelvis stable? You can feel a little bit of rocking on your sacrum, and you want to try and minimize the wobble. Now I'm going to change direction and come across the midline, down to the bottom right, up to the top right and top left. And just notice your range of movement. So you can make it a comfortable range of movement for you. That's it. Good. Now we come into some work where we're going to actually do a single leg stretch core exercise. So if you hug your left knee in and place your hands around your left shin, and then extend your right leg. Now the right leg can be extended to about 45 degrees. And you've got the option of lifting your head into a little bit of flexion, lifting your shoulders off the floor, or keep your head down onto the mat if you prefer. If you have bone density issues or a neck issue, keep your head down and change. Hug the right knee into your chest and stretch the left leg out and change. Now this is where you can take it at your own pace. So you could go in and out and out. You can breathe in and breathe out and breathe out. Now train track legs. So you've really got to try and keep your toes, ankles, knees and thighs in a perfect straight line as you stretch. Pull the knee in as you stretch the leg out. Don't hold your breath, just breathe. Good, everybody. That looks great. Precise, mindful movement. Lovely, Diana. Yes, that's good. Well done. And then bring your knees into your chest. So now we can go into our double leg stretch. Option, one foot down on the floor as you take double arms overhead. So this is, if you feel your core is not strong enough, just anchor one foot. If you're fine to go into the double leg stretch, double arm and leg stretch, just breathe in, exhale, extend arms and legs back and circle. In, out, circle. Head down if you have an issue with your head and neck. Just keep the core strong. Breathing in. Remember, active core as you go into your stretch. That's it. It's very rhythmical. You're breathing in to pull your knees in. You're exhaling to go into the double stretch. Good. Beautiful, Bobby. Yep. Breathing in and out. Good. Alison. Yep. And last one. Okay. I'm going to give you a nice little rest. I'm going to give you a chance to do your tailor stretch. So this is nice. So you're going to relax your hip flexors now by bringing the soles of your feet together, knees flop out to the side. Take your hands and interlock your fingers, and then take the arms above your head, turning the palm away from you. Now that helps to switch off and relax all the hip flexion work that you've done just now. And enjoy the stretch as you breathe in and breathe out. Just take a couple of breaths in and out, and then we need to do side line B on the other side. So I'm going to flip my side, and I'm now going to be on my right instead of my left. I'm coming down onto my right forearm and elbow underneath my shoulder. That's your alignment. And then you can stack your knees to begin with. And then I want you to lift your ribs away from the mat. So you're active on your elbow, and then extend your top leg. That's it. So you're on your side. So Laura, you can just do the other side supine. And we're just going to lift one leg and lower the leg. That's it, Laura. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So you're working your core, whether you're supine or on your side, you are working from your center. Lift and lower. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to just hold the leg in this position. We're going to sweep the leg forward, flex the foot, and take the leg back into center and slightly behind. But you've got to watch your lower back is nice and stable. So flex forward. That's it. Point forward, flex back. Keep your lower back stable. Point. Flex. Feel the stretch in your bottom, your top glute, as you take your leg behind. Forward. Back. Don't slump. Keep active in your forearm on the floor. Now hold the leg in line with your hip. Forward for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Back. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the killer, isn't it? 7, 8, and hold. Well done. Good. And then we transition into side bend lift. Keep your lower leg where it is. Come up onto your hand and to open up your top knee. Press the back of your hand against your inside knee to open up your hips. Position your hand in line with your hip there. Lift your chest. Lift your breastbone. Great. Breathe in. Exhale, up you come into your side bend and come back down. But you don't touch down to base. You just come down to about a quarter, half an inch, and then up again. So it just flows. Which is your stronger side? Are you stronger on one side compared to the other? And then coming back down. Fantastic. Let's now come into some seated work. Going to come into roll back
Now, you can use weights if you like. You can have a little pad behind your back, a folded towel behind your back, whatever's best for you. But we're going to just hold the arms out in front and sit tall onto your sit bones. So I'm going to tuck under. I'm going to roll off my sit bones, tummy pulls in. I'm going to breathe in, keep your big toes down. Exhale, scoop in your tummy. Don't use your shoulders and lift right up onto your sit bones. Breathe in, arm look straight ahead, eye gaze ahead. Exhale, drop your chin a little bit, tuck under with your tailbone, rolling back. Breathe in, try to keep your toes down. Exhale, see your tummy pull in and up. Now, come forward, come forward. We're going to go back, back, just a little bit. Work within your comfort zone. Now your toes may lift. Arms to ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, the weights will help. Lift, rolling up. Come forward, and then sit tall, sit tall. That's it. Roll back, control. Come down a wee bit further if you wish. Arms go back behind, legs can straighten. Flex your feet, breathe in. As you exhale, arms come forward first. Head lifts. You can take another breath in and exhale to come up and reach for your toes. So now I'm reaching for your toes. Now this is your option. You can just go back a little bit and reach for your toes. But try to keep your legs straight and open up the back of your knees. Or you can come up back to your shoulder blades. Breathe in, arms to ceiling, exhale, and roll forward. Or you can come all the way down into full body stretch. Arms behind your head. I'm running out of space here. Breathe in. Exhale, arms first, head lifts, rolling up without lifting your heels off the floor, and reach forward. Great. Now, just sit tall for a moment, and I'd like to do, we're almost finished, but I'd like to do a tabletop lift with leg pull. Again, it's another exercise, leg pull prone, for strengthening your muscles and your joints and your bones. So if you bring your feet together, bring your feet parallel and just have your hands into the floor. Now you can choose. Do you like to have your fingers out the way? Do you like to have your fingers pointing to the bottom of the mat away from you? Or do you prefer to have your hands facing, fingers facing down towards your hips? You find what's best for you. Now, I'm going to have my arms out to the side today. I want you to lift your chest and your breastbone, and keep your neck and chin relaxed. Now, going to breathe in. On the exhale, lift your bottom, tighten your bottom, and then bring your bottom down. Well done, Laura, that's good. Now, this time, I'm going to extend one leg. One leg, heel into the floor, is extended. The other foot is flat. Lift your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, lift. And bring your bottom down. Yes. Switch legs. This foot is flat. This leg is long. Heel into the floor. Breathe in. Lift your chest. Exhale, lift up. So you've got one long leg, one foot flat. Watch your chin. That's it. Make sure your chin's not lolling back and back down. Now, your option, both legs, or you can go back to the first one with feet flat or one foot flat. I'm going to lift my chest. This is a bit harder. Breathe in. Exhale, lift up off the floor. Now watch your chin, Pravina. Have that chin to chest connection. Don't jam your chin, but don't let it come back. Now it's a strong hold. Can you breathe in and breathe out for 3, 2, 1.
Keep your bottom tight. That's it. And then bring your bottom down. Well done. Shake out your hands. Shake out your wrist. Fantastic. Now, just going to finish off with a cool down exercise. So we're going to do open book into a figure 4 rock. Then I'll bring you up. So do have a cushion or a block or something to support your head and your neck on. Don't want your head just dropping down into the floor. And make sure you're comfortable with your lower shoulder. But bring your lower shoulder down from your ear, and then have both arms stretched out. Have your legs in a sort of clam position with your heels in line with your pelvis. And then if you're using one weight, it's only an option to use a weight. Take it into the top hand and allow your top hand to extend beyond your lower hand. Lift up, turn your head to look at your arm. You're opening up the book. Drop your top shoulder down from your ear. Keep your knees together and slowly rotate. Now, because I'm using a heavy weight, I'm having to be very careful I don't lose my balance. So I'm only taking my arm a little bit behind me to look at the wall behind. Now I'm going to breathe in and use my core muscles as I exhale to bring the arm back. Yes, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to extend my top arm, breathe in as I take it up to the ceiling. Finish off the move with the exhalation. Keep your knees and your insteps of your feet stacked. Hold it, breathe in, tummy muscles work to bring you back. Good. Now I'm going to roll over onto my back before I transition onto the other side. So if you could just bring your right knee, your right foot over your left thigh and try to open your right knee out to the side. Then take your arms out to the side, palms up, and rock. So you're going to do a little rock on your sacrum from side to side, just a wee cool down rock. That's it. Now, if you want to, you can rock. I'm going to rock to my right and allow my right knee to just slowly lower towards the floor, keeping my left shoulder down. Come back to center. And I'm going to rock to my left with my toe touching down towards the floor. So it's just a gentle rock from one side over to the other. Again, you'll feel your oblique muscles crisscrossing from one side over to the other. Good. Now I'm going to end up on the other side now. So I'm going to pick up my weight, excuse me, having my back to you, and I'm going to come onto this side. Knees in a clam position, heels level with your bottom. Top arm on top of your lower arm. Extend the arm forward, lift. Turn your head and your neck in line, and then slowly, slowly follow it with your gaze. Just hold it. See if you can feel the stretch in the front of your shoulders. You breathe in and out. And then on the exhale, pull your tummy in and bring it back. Could you do that again, please, on your own? And just check. Shoulders stay down, knees stay together. Controlled movement of the head and your neck. So it's another rotational move. Good, Alison. That's it. Last time. But I would like you to finish the move that you're on, and I would like you just to lose the weights that you've been using, come into 4-point, and we'll come into our final stretch. So you're just going to, if you can manage to tuck your toes, we're coming into a knee hover. So engage your core, slide your shoulders down, head in line, breathe in, as you exhale, lift your knees about an inch or two off the floor, spring back with your hips like a cat, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, walk your toes in a little bit towards your hands, and just see if you can just tread water by stretching each alternate heel down. That's it. And then walk your hand back in towards your toes, stretch and open up the back of your legs. Breathe in and exhale, pulling your tummy into your spine as you come up into your standing position. That's it. Well done. Just shake your legs out a wee bit, shake out your hands. I think that was good, everybody. Did very well. I'm going to ask you to unmute now and give me your feedback.
That was great, Steph. Thank you.
Okay.